This is the Milo Sweet Podcast, where you'll learn to get unstuck. Start now. Conquer life's challenges by learning to do difficult. Find quick and clever ways to overcome. Wait, did you think life was going to be easy? Remember, all of your excuses are now dead to me. Let's get started. Guess what time it is? It's time for you to hit the subscribe button and find just 1% that you think will benefit from this. But if you're feeling a little generous, right? Or you're super free with your time right now, probably doing nothing because you're listening to this. Well, maybe if you're doing something, actually just make yourself free right now. Hit subscribe. What are you waiting for? Hit it. Come on. Hit subscribe. I want to know, do you have 3 tips that someone could use for relocating? Obviously, you're relocating as a single guy. So what are your 3 tips for being ready to relocate or make the most of relocating?
Yeah, I would say, that's for me, it's kind of tough for me to kind of talk about this because, everybody kind of has, their own values and morals. So for you, you just got to assess what's most important to you. So, for me at this point in time, I'm very geo-flexible. I'm willing to move anywhere, and I'm willing to make the most of my experiences because I believe that the more flexible you are, the more opportunities you have, and the more opportunities you have to do different things and take on different challenges, whether that be from a career standpoint or just getting out and learning something new, being in a new place, and just getting a different perspective on life. But I would definitely say my biggest tip is to make sure that that's what you want and have the expectation that it may not be what you're expecting. So you may really, really like it. You may not really like it. But if you're after, experiences and just doing things for the experience, I would highly recommend, being geo-flexible, especially if you're, moving around for a career. You have a corporate career and whatnot, and you're flexible with companies and locations. I would recommend giving it a chance. I've done it. I keep doing it. I'd like to get to South Florida, but in my mind, I even had a discussion with my current manager now, and it's like, hey, maybe you may get back to South Florida, but your opportunities, may be somewhere else, because wherever that next opportunity is for me, I don't turn down, opportunities to grow. So my next opportunity may be somewhere completely different that I'm not expecting, and I may end up further away from Florida. But you just kind of gotta be flexible. That's my key. So I would say my number 1 tip is just decide what you want and what's most important. So, for me, that's growth, financial growth, career growth, and I'm willing to go wherever I can, within this next stint of my life to make that happen as swiftly as possible. So who knows where I'll end up next? It's I feel like I'm like a secret agent on a secret assignment. Get shipped off every couple years to these random places, but have no idea where I'm headed next. I hope it's where I want to be, but the chances are looking like I will probably be somewhere random. So we will see.
Yeah, so you gave us 1, be geo-flexible. What are the other 2? It can even be super practical, hey, make sure you schedule moving before you move, or what would be the other 2 things that make relocating?
Definitely research the place that you're considering, considering moving to. So just learn as much as you can about it. Know about the places that you can go. Learn a little bit more about the demographics and the hot spots, and just what it's like to live there. Just try to research as much as you can about the city before getting there. Start looking up apartments and just looking to see what that's like, and get an idea what cost of living is like, to make sure that it's something that you think you can, that you may be interested in doing. Just I would say, secondly, do your research. Just research the place, learn as much as you can before you just go. Definitely don't just pack up and leave.
Okay, I'm ready. It's hold on. And then what's a third tip? Maybe it's to enjoy relocating. How do you wrap your mind about
around growth, like desiring growth. I feel like growth equals pain. Like, how do you wrap your mind around that?
Yeah, I mean, I would say, man, that's a really very interesting question you asked there. I mean, it's definitely not easy, you know. I just do it, and you just kind of get used to it after a while. It's definitely something I'm working on, and I contemplate sometimes like, man, am I making the right choice? Like, should I kind of not be as flexible and just say, hey, this is what I want and this is where I want to be? But every time I move, I'm learning new things about new places. And even if I didn't like it for a while, like I live in Fort Myers, Florida. I liked it like the first, I don't know, maybe 6 months. After that, I was like, oh, I don't like it here at all. But to this day, I still go back because there are some things I like about it. So I would say thirdly, man, just know that, you know, it may not be what you expect it to be, but, you know, you make the best of it, you know, make the best of it, of the experience. You know, look at the map, look and see what other cities and towns are nearby, what states are nearby, like seeing what you can drive to or where you can fly, you know, where you can get to, and explore those places too. It just allows you to see more. You know, that's one big thing that motivates me, like moving here to Kentucky. You know, when they first told me, that I was moving to, I live in Indiana, but I'm literally, I could probably swim. If I swim across the river, I'm in Kentucky. So it's very weird where I live. I live right on the border. There's just this bridge right here that I'm literally probably a 5-minute walk from, that separates Indiana from Henderson, Kentucky. And so I kind of toggle between both places. I spend most of my time working in Kentucky when, you know, prior to the COVID situation, you know, as this goes away, I'll be back in Kentucky more often. But look to see what's nearby. So, you know, my reasoning, at first I was like, man, this place is like in the middle of nowhere. But at the same time, you know, I looked and I said, oh, wow, well, I'm, you know, 2 hours from St. Louis, 3 hours from Indianapolis, 2 hours from Louisville, you know, 2 hours from Memphis. From Nashville, Tennessee, 3 hours from Memphis, 5 hours from Chicago, 5 hours from Atlanta, you know, 6 hours from Michigan if I want to go up towards Detroit. And just kind of factoring all the different other things and kind of possibilities that you have, and places that you can get to based on where you are. You know, there's Alabama in there based on where I'm at. I can get to Tuscaloosa in about like 4 hours, a little over 4 hours, get to Mississippi. You know, so it's a lot of places I can go within 5 to 6 hours just from living in this central location. And I can go experience different things there in these places that I otherwise would have never went if I hadn't moved here. So, you know, just take everything into consideration because the picture may be bigger than what you think.
I think that's really important to be able to do that. It's not easy in the moment. Like, I've relocated and there's like this weird vibe. It's almost like being on a roller coaster ride and you're excited. And then when you get off, you're like, whoa, I don't know if I want to do that again or if, or if I'm still dizzy from the first ride. But sometimes you do it again. And other times you're like, I need to sit down for a second and just like reflect on what just happened. So it's definitely a process, but there's a lot of fun in that too.
All right, that's another episode in the books. Hello? I said it's over. Why are you still listening? Like, seriously, the episode is over. If you're still listening right now, you know what? You're probably a chronic procrastinator. Guess what? I'm still listening too. Come on, for real, seriously. We gotta go do something productive. No, like for real. No, for real. Okay, you can keep listening.